What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land. Today we are playing with the brand new Smash characters, Pyra and Mythra, and showing off some early combos and what they can do in the game. Of course, this is as soon as the characters drop, so there's going to be a whole bunch of, move sets and stuff later on, but this is for an initial look at what the character can do. So first off, we are going to start off with tilt combos and ways to get the game started. Now, you probably don't want to start with Pyra. She's very strong and very powerful, and her combos don't really turn into much because she's so slow. She's physically just extremely slow, as you can see. She's extremely slow. So, her combos don't really start off much, but the only thing you're going to have with her is down tilt combos. Down tilt into Nair is pretty much always going to be confirmed at a low percent. Then you have down tilt into a forward air, which works as well. And then you could also do, a down tilt into an up air. Those are all confirmed. So you have, once again, down tilt into Nair. Down tilt into Nair. Down tilt into fair. And then, of course, down tilt into up air. Now, I'm not sure if down air works. It's too low swiping, so you probably won't be able to hit them off of a down tilt. But that'd be cool if you could put them back down. But grabs, probably not going to be much either. You might be able to get a couple off of a down throw. But she's just so laggy, it's very hard to get that off. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be possible. You might get an up air. Okay, out of a down throw, you could possibly get an up air, which is a potential to get some stuff done that way. But overall, that's pretty much Pyra's setups with tilts and throws. There's not really much she can do. She can just keep comboing up tilts a little bit, but they're just too laggy. See, it's not going to be a true combo. But let's switch over to someone a little bit more interesting with these starter combos, being Mythra. You're probably going to want to start the battle with her in order to get combos started, and then finish with Pyra for the big hits. So, same thing applies with her. Down tilt into many different attacks. Down tilt Nair. Down tilt fair, down tilt fair, and then down tilt up air, or down tilt, up tilt, which is actually confirmed if I can get it. There we go. Down tilt, up tilt, and you can follow that up if they, DI or dodge a certain way. There's nothing that really confirms it. You can also down throw into different things, so I can down throw into a fair, down throw into, or Nair and a fair. Up air works as well. They all work with the down throw because she's so quick and every move just comes out extremely fast. Now, you can get a little bit complex with the up B. The up B is two different situations here. If you just push up B and don't push anything, it'll shoot a giant laser blast. But if you hold it, it'll shoot it in sparses, or pieces, and you can do a little bit more chip damage that way. Now, I use the regular beam by not hitting it in order to do a certain combo here. So what you can do is you can do something like that if you get them, and it's going to be confirmed every time, unless you mess it up like that. And there's the one with the lot. So that's always confirmed. Not a lot of damage, but something that's definitely going to be something that you might want to think about starting off with. And this works for any type of down throw, down tilt. And if your opponent, you can do some untrue combos, like that, or to throw your opponent off. And depending on how they dodge or where they move, that's always going to be an option as well. So you can throw them off, or you can do something fancy if you time it right. And they would have to kind of dodge that and get out the way. But as far as true combos, that's pretty much it. You can also mix up and do some different things with Pyra, which we'll get into in a bit in its own section of mixing them up back and forth. But yeah, so that's generally the way to kind of start combos with these characters. Alright, now for these specials, I'm starting off with Mythra. I actually found Pyra to be more interesting as far as specials go because she can actually do some things off stage. So these are going to be both specials and off stage movesets. So straight up, Mythra has a really nice side B that teleports her kind of like the Octo Slash from Sephiroth. And you can pretty much probably set some little combos up with this, or, come up with some unique way to do it. You can also do it in midair, which is nice, but you do fall into a fall state if you use it in midair, so don't do that off the stage. So yeah, you can try to set something up against your opponent like that. You can hold it down or just tap it. It's really up to you. It doesn't really matter. They both come out the same way. There's no difference if you hold or tap. But I just thought it was a really nice move you can use. Like, once again, if you use it in the air, you will fall off the stage. So be careful about that. So one thing I also tested, so if you use it on the very edge, you will actually fall off the stage. But if you use it just a little bit off the edge, you'll stay on the stage. And this is a great way to actually come off the stage and you're not even technically coming off the stage. So if you get your opponent off, you can do this, and they're not going to return if they don't have a good recovery. Look at this. Like, there's nothing that Shaw can do here. Except for return, of course. But if you're any other character with not so good of a recovery, this can be a really good move to keep them at bay. And this is, yeah, it's a really good off-stage thing, even though you're technically not off-stage. But as far as neutral B, I'm not a big fan of this. This kind of feels like the same thing, but just in one stationary spot. And I'm not sure what instance you really want to use this. Unless somebody's trying to, like, you're stage protecting or something. I don't know. You can turn it the other way real quick right before you hit the ground as well. But I don't really see a big usage of this. It's not that powerful of attack either. Fully charged, I guess it's 56%, which is a lot, but the odds of you hitting this is probably not going to be that high at that fully charged. But yeah, Mythra's specials are very decent. And Upbeat, obviously, we already talked about the different lasers, so you could technically get your opponent off the stage and hit them with a laser. If you hit them right, like that, and it could kill, but the laser is very small and very precise, and you're going to have to be perfect with that one. Or you can do the spread out laser, which is just holding up B, and it could shoot those, so if you have somebody that maybe has a wild recovery and you're not sure if that one laser is going to do it, you got the multiple ones. Or you can mix it up, do a little bit of both, keep them off. And then obviously add that with that, but make sure you're a little bit away from the ledge so you don't fall off the ledge. But with Mythra, that's pretty much it, but Pyra has some very interesting things. So first off, her side B is very weird to me. I don't know how I feel about it yet. The reasoning is you can't attack while the sword is out. The sword has got to come back to you, which is leaving you open, especially if you're playing with multiple players. So what I recommend is don't use this off the stage for one, because you can't recover. You don't have any moves after this. You really can't do a thing but air dodge. So use this to either guard the ledge, such as, you know, hitting them off and then guarding the ledge. That would be a great way to use it. But, like, for instance, if you try to use it off the stage, there's nothing you can do. You can't come back because it's too late. The sword's got to be in your hand for any type of move to come out. So it's literally a boomerang that has your entire moveset within it. You have to wait for it to come back. As far as neutral B, this is very powerful. Neutral B alone is going to rack up some damage. So I actually found out that you can use this off the stage and still recover. So you can drop down, use it real quick, and it's going to send your opponent in different ways. And Pyra has a really good recovery. Coming all the way down from the bottom, her vertical recovery is pretty good. Where Mythra's, most of the time she's not going to return. It's going to be very close because she's got that laser beam she's got to shoot, and it's going to barely pop her up. But I think Pyra has a better recovery, and she goes a lot higher. So you can test opponents off the stage, or you can just stand on the edge of the stage and, you know, spin that thing around. But this seemed to be really, you know, pretty cool idea to neutral B off stage. We're going to do it again here. Just neutral B, and you can hold it for as long as you want, however long you feel like you need to. Or maybe give yourself a little jump before you do it, so that way you can fall at your own pace and charge it up more. So you can, you know, do something like that. And it protects you all the way around, so you're good to go with that. And you probably won't get spiked or anything because you're protected in the same vein of attacking your opponent. But you also have her up B in general. Now, I don't really know, like, if this is going to be a great move to use. You know, maybe an out-of-shield option. I could see that being a good thing. But it's very similar to Ike's, and it creates a little explosion, just like Ike's neutral B charged up. And maybe this is something that you could use to edge guard for somebody coming back, like literally just jumping on the stage. You cover a giant vertical wall, so it's going to be harder for them to get back on the stage. But overall, I am a big fan of the neutral B off stage. I think it's going to be a killer. I think people are going to, or it's going to kill me rather, but I think people are going to learn how to use that really well. But that's Pyra and Mythra specials and cool ways to use them off the stage and edge guarding tactics. Alright, next up we have the swaps of the characters. Now this can go anywhere. I'm sure later on people will find out some really cool ways to swap characters and some cool, you know, combos and connections with that. But for now, I found out some cool things that you could probably try out, and once again, I recommend starting off with Mythra every battle because you can get that speed over your opponent and that quick chip damage before you start laying on the heat with Pyra. So you can just mess around and see what your opponent is going to do. But you cannot switch after in a fall state. So if you do an up B, you can't switch, which I was hoping that you could up B, switch, and then up B again. But nope, you can't do that. But you can do some little things, you know, depending on how your opponent plays you and moves, and switch it up. And you can just keep switching, and Pyra is extremely strong. Let me tell you, she will kill at like anything over 30 to 40% with a decently charged smash attack. So keep that in mind. You don't need Mythra out too long in order to get the big damage done. And you can just keep switching like that, and keep switching off. But yeah, Mythra has the capabilities of just going so incredibly fast. And keeping your opponent off guard, and they're too busy worrying about where you're going to be next, and you're too busy switching to Pyra in order to finish them off, which is always great. And yeah, you can just do something like that, and they're not returning, just from swapping back and forth using those special abilities. But that is probably the coolest part of this character, obviously. And you can just keep doing this and keep mixing up your opponent. They don't know what's coming or what's going to happen. Once again, that offstage neutral B is going to save your life, let me tell you. That is going to be her move. And yeah, you can just keep mixing it up. And it's really up to the player how they want to go about, you know, changing characters. It's so it's so instantaneous. That's the thing, too. You don't have to worry about waiting. It's immediately. It's not like Sheik and Zelda from Brawl. It's a quick, immediate change. And yeah, but did you see that down smash? Look, I'm not going to say nothing else, but I know y'all see it. I know y'all. Okay, that's enough. But yeah, the switches, it's pretty quick. It's pretty, you know, instant. You know, obviously it's not one frame, but it's quick. Trust me, it's quick. And that smash attack, look at that, pretty much already killing. And you can do that. The little B off stage right there, which is fun to use too. So you can do her B off stage, neutral B off stage. But Pyra's neutral B off stage is just too good. It's just too good, let me tell you. That's going to be the move. But that's pretty much it for Pyra and Mythra. Obviously, this is early, and if I find out any crazy tactics, I'll put them down. I'll put a video down about that and more information about what the characters can do. I didn't really show off the jab and the dash attacks, if you guys want to see that. Dash attack for Pyra is very strong, but very laggy, very slow. It's going to be hard to hit. And Mythra is just extremely quick. And as far as everything else, that's just how the characters work, you know. Jab, you can actually tap it for Fire Burst, and Mythra will do a Light Burst. So pretty much the same thing, but I think Mythra's comes out a little quicker. But yeah, that's the characters. That's Pyra and Mythra, and they feel like a lot of fun. I can see some potential in these characters, and you know, we're just gonna have to keep practicing with the switching off and see how that's gonna go. But I'll do one more kind of switch off for you guys and show you some cool things that you could probably try out. Obviously, these are not true combos whatsoever, but just messing around with the different things that you can do. Just keep switching and throwing your opponent off guard if he would have fell down there. But yes, that's Pyra and Mythra, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all things Smash Brothers and all things Nintendo in general. And like I said, subscribe. Lots of you guys tune in every single day, and most of you guys are not even subscribed. So feel free to hit that sub button if you occasionally come in and tune into the content, into the videos. But thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I will see you on the next one. But yeah, I know you saw it.